So just as a recap here, we're going to do another drawing. This is the one we ended with in the previous video. Let's do a different one. So let's go and open up first. I'm going to open up one of my recent shapes. Let's see which one looks interesting. I'm like, that's a little boring. That's not bad. What about... Let's try this one. So I like to open the actual part first and make sure I pick out the front of the thing first, because that's going to be helpful to me. So this looks like what I want for the front. When I look at the top, you'll see that both of the things that are interesting are protruding towards the front of the object. So this is our top view, this is our front, and then if I click over here, this is the right view. And I like all those. I think they give us a decent idea of what's going on. So, since I like that, I don't have to change my front. I'm going to go over here and do a new drawing. And I'm going to first change the size of my sheet. So I right click on the sheet and I edit it. And I don't want D, I want A. Although we could also sometimes go, let's see, it's 11 by 17. B would be acceptable as well. A is a little better. I'll do one on B paper for this, which is 11 by 17. Our copiers here at school do print 11 by 17 sheets, so we could do that. So let's hit OK. The advantage here is we have a little more room to work with. All right. We're going to select our base, which, since I started this drawing while I was in this, from this puzzle part, it's going to automatically load that, so all I have to do is hit OK. I'm going to place it, and then I'm going to do, I click somewhere in this open area here, then I'm going to do projected. I click on that, and then if I move over here, that gives me the right view. If I go up, it gives me the isometric, and if I go left, notice it switches to the top view. Now a little more space in this one. And then I right click, and I say create, and boom, it sets them up there for me. Alright. And now we're going to dimension it. I think I like the size of this. We don't have to change that, so we'll dimension it. Remember, we're going to go over here to annotate and dimension, and let's see, we'll do the overall size. I think would be best if we clicked on this and moved out this way, and wait for it to, we'll do a few here, so wait for it to turn. There we go. I pulled it out kind of far because I'm going to do some dimensions inside as well. So for example, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I don't need to do this then because I've done the overall and those two pieces. Alright, let's do this whole side. Click on that, drag it out. Alright, now we're going to do, let's see. We want to make sure that we indicate the depth of this here. That's going to be tricky to do. There is one way to do it. We could create what's called a section view to do this. So if you look up here at section, that'd be a good introduction for it. So I'm going to click, what we're going to do is we're going to pretend to cut this right through here and look at what we've got after we cut. So, and then dimension that. So if I do click section, then I click this drawing, then I could draw a line, say straight down like this. And when I get to the end, click again, and then right-click and say Continue. Now, I can create a drawing over here. Let's see, I want to switch this direction. I go, oh, I see, okay, I can do this. Alright. So we're going to move this to where we think it'd be best. Let's see. And we'll click there, and this gives us the section view. Now what I think I want to do is reverse this direction. So if I right click on the reverse direction, there we go. Now what this means is I cut it and we're looking at this side. So we're looking at this side of the object. And this will enable me to dimension this distance without putting a measurement in the center of this. So now I can go annotate and go dimension and do this distance here. Alright, and now we can do, let's see, now that line is going to get in the way of this. So I'm going to see if I can get rid of this dimension. Delete that dimension, and instead I'm going to do that dimension. There we go. That saves us some space and sloppiness. There we go. And now let's do this. Let's do this piece down here. Let's dimension here to here. And we'll dimension from this and let's see, I shouldn't have to dimension this because I have this and the whole thing. I know that, so I think this is enough information. But there's an example of where you can do a section. Now if you didn't do the section, it's not the end of the world, but it does make it difficult to figure out what that would be. So for example, I could try to do that and it wouldn't be horrible. I can find a distance where it's allowed, like that. That looks a little uglier than doing the section, I believe, though. So, but it's up to you. You can do this. That's no problem at all. If the section is something, view that is something that seems a little bit too difficult for you right now. And I think I'm also going to move this down here a little ways. Give myself a little more space here. Probably slide this in a little bit. There we go. And maybe move this over a tad. There we go. Okay. And then we'll go in and we'll change this information as well. If you remember, we're going to right click. We're going to, first of all, expand this. We're going to right click on the field text and edit field text. And click on something, because when we go to the summary, it's everything we're going to need. Once again, I'm going to go by the name of Jane Doe. Let's see, title. In my case, I'm a student, if I was you, but the subject, let's see. Well, the title, we'll call it Puzzle Cube 4, Part 4. Project Lead the Way. IED. Manager, the estimable Mr. Wellborn. Company, William Penn High School. Alright, and that should work. For what it's worth. I don't even see my name coming up there as a manager, so we may have to find a way to change that at some point, because I should be on there. Alright, and then what I really should do is incorporate something that gives a period number is what I really need to do. But there you go. And we can save that. Save as. We'll keep that name. It's a drawing file, so we're good to go. Click save and we're good to go.